My best friend and I have played Madlibs since we were kids, and we often play them together as adults on road trips. We're always looking for ways to make them even more interesting and funny, and now that AI art has arrived on the scene, it was a perfect match. So here's how this works. We send each other the words for a Madlib. We then enter those words into our Madlibs, and we run each sentence through MidJourney to create art to go along with it. Then, we get together, share what we created, and hilarity ensues. Hello, my darlings, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please come in and make yourself at home. My name is Paddycake, and welcome to Paddycake Games and another episode of MidJourney Madlibs. With me, as always, is my best friend and co-host in this endeavor, Brent. How are you doing tonight?
I'm ready, apparently. Very ready.
Great. Well, we're going to waste no time. You guys know how this works. We send each other Madlibs. We send each other the answers to go in that Madlibs. We plug in those answers. Then we go to MidJourney. We create art to go along with it by just plugging in those sentences. And we get weird art, and we show it to each other, and we laugh. And that's the show. And we hope you like it. If you do like it, look down below the video. There's a button just for you. It's a little thumbs up button. It just means you like the video. And if you click on that, right next to it is a subscribe button. You might as well click on that too. That'll help us out a lot. And you can click on the notification bell as well, and that'll let you know when new videos are posted to my channel. I think that's it. Isn't that the whole spiel? I think that's the whole spiel. There's stuff in the description too if you want to look at it. We have links to a Discord. We have links to a merch store. You can check those out if you want. But we're going to go ahead and jump right into it with Brent's first Madlib. Brent, what was my word theme for this one?
Oh, this is things of a certain color, and that certain color is red.
That's right.
I am going to apologize across the board to China, Russia, Canada, and especially France.
Especially France.
In summer 1789, the Chinese Revolution had begun, led by the people's desire for heart and equality.
They are having a grand time.
I know it does feel like maybe their revolution is more fun than most revolutions.
Yeah, this is a fun revolution, and apparently it's all children. It's a children's revolution.
On July 14th, the citizens of Paris, frustrated by Valentine shortages and political cars, rallied together.
Oh, we don't have enough Valentines to give to our sweeties.
So, on July 14th, the citizens of Paris, frustrated by Valentine shortages and political cars, rallied together.
That's an interesting rally. It's really just one person walking down an aisle, and everyone's holding balloons for some reason.
Well, I guess maybe.
But
they are wearing red.
This is a bit more Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade than rally.
Led by a determined apple, they stormed the Bastille, a symbol of ready authority. It looks as if they put a backdrop behind our determined apple.
It does. It almost looks like a screen. Also, apparently, the builder of the building on the right got one of the pieces backwards because that arch above the window is going the wrong way on one side.
I did not see that. That's great. Armed with maroon weapons and fueled by their fervor, they overpowered the Canadian Mounties, seizing control of Russia.
What? That is so confusing. So wait, they overpowered the Canadian Mounties to gain control of Russia?
Yes. I don't know if they crossed North America and, went via the Bering Strait.
Those wigs, my God.
Are they wigs?
I don't know. That is that the the old timey equivalent of hat hair? They would just push it up inside their tricorns.
Oh,
we'd take them off. They'd stay sticking up like that.
Tricorns. The blushing of the Bastille was a turning point, straining the downfall of the monarchy and the rise of the baby kangaroos revolution.
Oh my god, that is so weird. There's so many strange kangaroo monsters that some of them kind of look like dogs.
Yeah. Maybe some of them look like they're missing an ear here and there. And then I don't know what this kangaroo that doesn't quite look like a kangaroo standing above them is standing on.
No, he is the god of kangaroos. He's looking down on them from the heavens.
The event emboldened the Shriners, who demanded liberty, a fez, and an end to the bloody regime.
So bloody ended up being a very appropriate word.
Yes, it did actually fit. I don't know if they were particularly bloody, but they definitely,
Anytime you refer to a regime, it's usually like an evil regime or a bloody regime.
Yeah, like what's up with the benevolent regime?
These hats are something else.
Maybe that's why they want a fez.
Yes, anything besides
so much
these.
More simple.
Anything besides these.
Across France, the peasants painted up against the nobility, reclaiming their rights and their fire truck. None too soon.
Yeah, none too soon. My goodness, they needed that fire truck because that house is exploding in every color imaginable.
Well, they painted it up.
Oh, that's right. They painted it up.
I'm afraid that this may have been a paint armory and blew up.
Or it was where all the entire population of India was keeping their holy powder.
Possibly. The National Assembly, formed by representatives of the cherry, made the Declaration of the Coloration of Man and of the Citizen, proclaiming strawberries and equality for all.
Strawberries and equality for all. Hooray!
Apparently, they grew these strawberries in Alaska.
And they're huge.
Finland,
those
or somewhere that has a lot of sun for
those
a
are
long time.
Huge strawberries. My goodness.
As the revolution gained momentum, Sir Louis XVI and Queen Rosie Antoinette faced increasing crab and public resentment.
Oh. Okay, well, now we know what increasing crab looks like.
I will say, this is the only one that gave it... Oh, no, there was another one that gave us a crab, but it was a lone crab in the dark by itself. This is a humongous, clearly increasing crab. The monarchy was eventually peppered, and the reigning monarchs lost their tongues. Literally.
Okay.
Cat got your tongue?
They lost... Okay, well, I guess that makes sense. But they lost their tongues. And what do they give? We get a picture of a cat in a kimono.
I had to put this here because this is the only cat. I don't know why.
This person takes a lot of pride in their cat and taking pictures of it.
And
I feel like I'm making euphemisms here. Okay.
I'm readier than ever now.
Let's move on.
The French Revolution had a rosy impact on history, loving a wave of political and juicy transformations across the barbershop.
Oh, okay. That looks like a very French barbershop.
It's a little rosy, for sure.
Yeah, the rose-colored wood, absolutely. But it looks very, like, ornate French mansion. You know, the French influence, like the ornate thing around the mirror, the ornate things on the door. It also seems like everything is vastly undersized compared to the actual height of the room. Like, those chairs look tiny compared to the rest of the room.
How about some honorable mentions, which
Okay.
may be funnier than the originals?
The originals were
these
really
guys.
great.
Oh, yes, that Chinese Revolution.
Okay, this looks more like a Chinese Revolution because they have gunpowder.
And here's the thing that made me keep this one for this is because up here it looks very similar.
Those arches,
to some of the temples.
Yeah, I was going to mention that the arches at the top have that curve to them, which is very indicative of Chinese architecture. So it's quite obviously Chinese. Very cool. Very cool. I mean, it's kind of dark and kind of depressing to see, you know, a city exploding like that. But it is what I would expect from a revolution. So it did the job.
And next we have led by a determined apple. I mean,
Those are pears. MidJourney, are you okay? Do you know what apples are? Okay, this person in the front. I cannot figure out that anatomy. On any of them. There's like 3 people in the front, and their anatomy is all kinds of weird.
You may need to zoom that in for everyone. Just horror factor. The blushing of the Bastille was a turning point. Straightening the downfall of the monarchy and the rise of the baby kangaroo revolution.
Okay, not a baby kangaroo. That's totally a llama.
Or a camel.
But also, I love that it's just sticking its head in the camera, going hi. And there's apparently 2 Eiffel Towers in France now.
Yeah, that's the other one. It's the Eiffel Point.
How very American. And okay, wait. Is this a woman? Because if this is a woman, why does she have a man's body? Because she's wearing an open front shirt and she has a hairy chest and no breasts. But the head of a woman, that's really weird.
Well, let's not say she doesn't have breasts. They could just be, smaller size.
Well, then why does she have an open front shirt? She's just wearing her shirt completely open. Her boobies are hanging out. That's not right. It's not right.
And I believe that we have reached the end. And like I said, I am definitely sorry to France and Russia and Canada.
I'm sure France, Russia,
England now.
I'm sure
and
all of those.
Apparently Algeria.
I'm sure all those countries. Will forgive us for having a little bit of a chuckle. That was great. That was great. I learned so much about French history that I didn't know. Didn't know that an apple led the revolution. Yeah.
We thought it was Robespierre.
Yeah.
No. Well, Lady Shablagoo is waiting outside, and she has a story to tell you.
Oh my God, let her in. It's so hot out there.
Oh, she's from Alabama.
And now, story time with Lady Shablagoo.
Well, hello. Looks like you've caught me at the beach. Well, let me tell you about the first time Mr. Shovel took me to the beautiful beachside city of Destin. We arrived at the resort, excited to soak up the sun and enjoy the sandy shores. Little did we know our adventure was to take a delightfully silly time. As we strolled along the beach, we couldn't help notice a muscle-bound fellow strutting his stuff, flexing his biceps like he was auditioning for a bodybuilding contest. Now, this man had more muscles than brains, if you catch my drift. He strutted around, trying to impress all the ladies with his Herculean physique. But lo and behold, just as we'd settled down on our chairs, a manatee, of all things, decided to make a grand appearance right next to us in the shallow water. Now, this gentle sea creature was about as graceful as a butterfly on stilts. It seemed to have mistaken the beachgoers for a buffet line and was waddling around, bumping into folks with its enormous body. The muscle man was too busy flexing and posing and didn't even notice that manatee lumbering right towards him. Well, let me tell you, it was quite a sight to behold when that manatee bumped into him, sending him toppling over like a sandcastle in a gust of wind. The beach erupted in laughter, and even the muscle man had to chuckle at his own expense. The manatee, seemingly unfazed, continued its leisurely swim walk along the shore, as if it just pulled off the best prank of the day. Needless to say, that beach day in Destin was one for the memory books. Life is full of surprises, my friends, and that day at the beach was a reminder to always expect the unexpected. This is Lady Shablagoo. See you later, honeys.
My Madlib tonight is called Build a World from Scratch. And your theme was synonyms, so every word you gave me.
Oh, so this is going to be like a surprise for me?
Yeah,
too?
every word you gave me, I had to replace it with a different word that meant the same thing. And some of these were hard. It forced me to be very creative with some of the words that I came up with. Step 1. Welcome to Peepsylvania. Choose a hair soap for your peep.
Is a peep like a meeple?
I guess. I don't know. Is
that one of my words?
No. This was in the Madlib. The Madlib was Build a World from Scratch, and it was about Peepsylvania and making an account to create a character in Peepsylvania or create a peep.
So probably
in Peepsylvania.
Like SimCity.
Yeah, something like that. Choose a hair soap for your peep. That was shampoo. Synonym for shampoo. It can be anything you want. It can even be Viridian. This is cool. I chose this one just because it was so cool. I have no idea what this is. It's just a series of pipes.
Yeah, and that's like anything you want just came up with that?
Mm-hmm. Just make sure it looks uneconomical. There is so much weird stuff going on in this picture. So, aside from the fact that there's a giant shark just flying through the air down the street, there's
is it a shark or a mackerel?
It's got teeth. Do mackerel have teeth?
Probably.
It also has a big dorsal fin. That's what I was basing my shark comment on.
Yeah.
But there's a big pile of crap on the ground. And then there's, what exactly happened? Was there a car accident or something? Because these 3 men seem to be comforting something. It looks like he's holding a small animal or something.
If I didn't know any better, I would think we were back in France.
So just remember, a peep is a regular quilt, just like you and me.
Oh, that's amazing! Oh wow, it's like a stuffed version of a peep.
Uh-huh. And he's looking through the little window in the quilt. So that was step 1. Now step 2. Step 2. Log in and begin. Your peep needs a job. Is it a honey producer? Does it rotate all day long? Does it stare smarmily at the camera? So I changed spin to rotate. Does he rotate all day long? I mean, he might, if that's a job.
Those are a lot of birds hanging out.
Yeah, a lot of birds hanging out with him. He's got a lot of mouths to feed, so he does need a job. Or could it be a knockoff instead? Then it would collect tapers, but only if they are wackadoodle. Choose occasionally. So here we have a selection of wackadoodle tapers.
Yes, these are some. And what was the last thing you had to choose?
Choose occasionally.
Okay, I can see why you would only choose these occasionally. They're really interesting how diverse they are. Mm-hmm. Even some of them are diverse in their own selves.
Yeah, they're all entirely unique. Each one of them is entirely unique. They're all kind of shaped the same, but the designs on them are unique to each one. This looks like stuff that some of my friends would have made in ceramics class when I was in college. Step 3. Now, it's time to make the buttresses. If you teeter them, make sure you do it frequently.
That looks like no buttress I have ever seen.
No, it doesn't look a buttress. I have no idea what that is. Like, at first I thought it was a lamp, but there's no room for a light inside. It's just a metal ring with stuff hanging off of it, and a thing on the side that he's got holding it up, or I don't know if that's coming down. He's just I have no idea what this is. It's just a tripod with something weird on top. And he's standing in front of black curtains, like he's posing for photographs. Like, I don't know. It's very strange. It's very strange. He's kind of cute.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Once you've assembled 1,000 and 1,001 more squawking blackbirds, you're ready to start. Good luck. You gave me 2001. That was the number you gave me, and so I put 1,000 and 1,001 because how do you get a synonym for a number? You know what it makes me think of, actually? They have it at the Ren Fair. I believe they have it at Ren Fair. It's all the ducks that are floating on the water, and they just go around. And the game is you grab one and look underneath it to see if you win a prize. Step 4. You've reached the orb-like level. Now your peep is a royal morning breath.
Oh my goodness.
Isn't he cute?
Utterly cute. And I love the little eggs too.
I see this as like a little toy or something that you get in an Easter basket.
Actually, I think its body is in it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. The body is an egg.
Oh.
It's a colored Easter egg, like a pink Easter
We
egg.
can almost make this.
Yeah, we totally could. This allows it to go on a bender over all the other peeps in Peepsylvania. I don't know why it gave me this.
It looks a little bit like Bender, a little.
That's what I was thinking too, because it has this sort of robotic face look, which made me think of Bender from Futurama, but also it's yellow, which is Peep. So it picked up on peeps in Peepsylvania by making it yellow. And I guess it kind of, I don't know, I've never been to Pennsylvania, but is this what Pennsylvania looks like? Let us know in the comments. If you're from Pennsylvania and this is what Pennsylvania looks like, let us know in the comments.
That looks like Kansas.
It does kind of look like Kansas. So here are some honorable mentions. So this honorable mention is from the Viridian line. It can be anything you want. It can even be Viridian. If this is Peepsylvania, I want to live there. Because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it does look cool. And it almost looks like the city goes up and down from this like central axis. And then there's this huge tower thing in the middle. But
Also, same prompt. It can be anything you want. It could even be Viridian.
this looks like Maze Runner. Yeah. Oh, crap.
Just make sure it looks uneconomical.
Why?
And again, it gave us a giant fish in a city street. I don't know why. It's
This
so
looks
strange.
It looks a little bit like a Dunkleosteus.
Okay, I'll take your word
bit.
for that.
A little bit. That
This
jaw.
This is the type of information you learn when you live with a dinosaur fanatic. You've reached the orb-like level. Now your peep is a royal morning breath. So, yeah.
I like that it's very stylized as a peep.
Yeah. So now the crown itself is the peep, because the peep is in the shape of a crown, with his wings up and his head. It's like a 3-point crown.
Clever girl.
Yes, very clever. 'Tis the end.
What happens next?
Well, next we say goodbye. I know it's
So
sad,
long,
but you know
farewell, Auf Wiedersehen, good night.
what? But you know what? We'll be back in 3 days with another awesome episode of MidJourney Madlibs. That's going to be it for tonight. So make sure you click like and subscribe. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.
Like and subscribe. No. Like and subscribe. Like and prescribe. No. Like and subscribe. Yeah.